They said it was just the flu. But it turned out to be something else entirely. We followed our orders.
Hi, this is Ludwig Kitzman for GamesRadar Plus. We're having a look at the Division and trying to figure out just why you'll be playing it and what it's like. Well, this one is pretty easy. It's a little bit like Destiny. If you like Destiny, if you like team play, XP grinding, PvP, and loot chasing, there are a lot of hooks that you'll find appealing. Now that's not to say this game is just like Destiny, but it does help us guide our understanding of what it's like playing the Division. So instead of a decked out Guardian in deep space, you're playing as an agent of the Division. It's a top secret tactical unit that only turns on during times of crisis. And since this is a video game, that time is right now. This one's a doozy too. On Black Friday, a contagion outbreak has left New York City completely quarantined, its streets filled with diseased dead bodies, rioters all over the place, and just a few civilians who are just trying to survive. You'll be taking back this one-to-one recreation of the rotting Big Apple by clearing out criminals, trying to find a cure for the virus, and taking on a series of missions set in famous landmarks like Madison Square Garden and the Lincoln Tunnel and that one hot dog stand that you really like in that one movie. And like Destiny, the Division's action is all working towards the pursuit of increasingly powerful loot, divided into those classic loot colors of green, blue, purple, and gold. Now, rather than hanging out at the tower, you'll be resting up in your base of operations, a hub where you can rebuild the medical, technical, and security wings to unlock a variety of upgrades. Whether you choose to venture into New York City alone or in a group of up to 4 players, you'll be gunning down hordes of surprisingly tough bad guys to level up and unlock better gear. When it comes to the actual combat, this is a third-person shooter. You are going to be sticking to flat surfaces for cover, you're going to be using blind fire, vaulting over barricades, diving to other safe positions. The feedback on the firepower is pretty satisfying, although the time that it takes to kill enemies can feel a little long. Unloading an entire clip into metallic aliens in Destiny is one thing, but when you're spraying bullets into a high-level thug in street clothes, it seems a little weird. Anyway, what's really interesting is that there aren't any set classes in the Division. Your role is determined by you. You simply pick the skills, you add them to your loadout, and that is going to be the class that you've made. What really sets the Division apart from Destiny is its ingenious approach to PvP, in an area simply called the Dark Zone. When you set foot into this foreboding stretch of Metropolis, you're given an entirely separate level and you're free to shoot whatever. They don't care. The trick is that any loot you score within the Dark Zone has to be extracted before you get it forever, and other players can kill you to steal the spoils you've earned before the chopper airlifts your precious new guns to safety. It's far more intense than Destiny's Crucible, given that any stranger in the distance could be a potential friend or a backstabbing foe, and spoiler alert, it's probably gonna be the second one. Now, for a lot of console players, Destiny was their first taste of just how addictive and invigorating the basic structure and rewards of an MMO could be, done up with the kind of intense shooting you'd expect from a AAA game. The Division has all of the same hooks going for it, albeit set in a snow-covered, holiday-decorated New York City rather than Venus or Mars. If you've been waning on Destiny now that you've blown through the Taken King's content, the Division might just be the game to steal you away from Destiny's clutches. Now, the comparison isn't necessarily to say that the Division is lacking in originality or is just attempting to be something just like Destiny. It's just that with all the features it has, with all the third-person shooting blending with progression and a base management system, all of these things combine in a pretty complex way. So if you think of it as Destiny set in New York City, that's going a long way toward helping you understand what it's like actually playing the Division and why you may want to keep coming back to it again and again.
They could put this whole thing underwater.